Did you see that post?
People are talking.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Listen here. Yesterday on TikTok, a woman started trending after venting about how awful her roommate was. All right. She said that she originally signed up for an apartment share to help cut down on her expenses and figured how bad, it could be if she found somebody like-minded, somebody like her. However, until she met a woman named Tasha, she said issues range from leaving trash around the house to dirty dishes in the sink, and even recently roaches coming from her bedroom after the roommate kept leaving food in her bedroom, which does causes roaches.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They come out.
You can't do that. Now, the story caused a lot of users to start sharing their most interesting roommate stories and some of the worst ones, y'all. One guy who had a male roommate who rarely did his laundry would borrow his underwear. Ew! Another user had a roommate who was obsessed with CSI, the TV show, so she had like a CSI pillow, CSI sheets, CSI blankets, and she refused to turn on any lights, and she kept all the blinds shut because she was scared and paranoid of having her identity stolen by them. That is crazy.
Yeah, Brad. And nothing worse than a roommate who can't cook and would make chicken stew, which consisted of unseasoned chicken boiled in an entire bottle of red wine vinaigrette dressing that would make the whole place smell for weeks.
Ew.
Wow, so we want to know what's your worst experience with having a roommate. My freshman year in college, we actually got to fighting. I got tired of the smell. I got tired of the filth. And one day I had left band practice. You know your ass, when you go to band practice, all right, you got homework, right? You got homework. You've been out there. You've been in class all day. I'll never forget, it was a Thursday. We had been marching out there, and I'm crabbing the band. So that's like you in the band your freshman year, and you pledging because you had to pledge to be in the band because you crabbing the band. We had to wear a paper bag hat. And I got tired of him. Then he started dividing the room, or he put a piece of tape down. No, come on this side. He started getting real petty. He was from Birmingham. I was tired of his ass. And I walked in there, and the room was so stinking and so nasty. He was asleep. And I pulled the cover back while he was asleep. And I grabbed him and I dragged his ass out of bed and dragged him into the hall and beat his ass. Because he had been using my cologne. He had been messing with my stuff. And I was just tired of him.
I don't blame you.
Asking for another roommate. He got in my face a couple of times. And I dragged him in the hall and beat his ass. And the dorm director came upstairs. Mr. Biggs, his name was Biggs. And they got him. Came in, they got all this stuff, and they took him to another floor.
Good.
And that was the end of that. But I've been asking for a new roommate because he was nasty.
For some reason, them college roommate situations always seem to be where turn into nightmares. Because me and my wife actually had to go to court because of my daughter's roommate situation.
What?
In her sophomore year in college, she was they were in an apartment, and it was 4 roommates. And 2 of the roommates, they had to take a restraining order out because they were really nasty. Like, they would, nasty. They would use up all their stuff, would eat their food, wouldn't clean up, wouldn't watch. And they got into a huge, fight.
People need to have home training for their kids before they go off to college and mix with other kids.
They don't have it.
There are some of us that have good-ass home training.
Yes, we had grandmothers and mothers. We had to clean up.
Brett,
we had to make that place spick and span. You could eat off the floor once my granny cleaned up and taught me how to clean up.
I can meet somebody right now and tell that they was raised by their mother or grandmother.
Yeah.
People that are raised by their grandmother make better roommates because you have common courtesy.
Yes.
Rick,
common courtesy.
But here's what the mama almost got into it with my wife. The mother of one of the girls.
That's where they got it from.
In defending her child.
Apple don't fall.
She wanted to fight my daughter.
From the tree.
Yeah.
The mama. So the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Because the mama didn't instill them morals in her daughter.
Yeah.
She had to clean up at home.
There you go.
Yeah,
when
Rickey.
I tell you I can't stand a nasty ass person.
Come on,
Yeah,
dog.
and the thing about smells is that it settles into the couch, it settles into the carpet, and it will have the whole house stinking. For weeks.
Maria, my kids know if my son been out there, my son is a college athlete. If he out there in the driveway shooting basketball, he know not to come in the house and sit on anything.
Yeah.
Go straight to the
It
shower.
will settle in.
And rinse that. Don't put that sweat in my damn furniture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My furniture, and then the couch stinking. Oh,
But
and
don't y'all
Febreze don't work for real.
It don't.
You can't stack it on top of funk.
But
No.
don't y'all
You
like
gotta
a
clean it
mothball
first.
smelling house, though?
No.
Hell no.
Mothball smelling.
You
house.
like that?
That's
Yeah,
because
it's
your
a
closet
fresh
smell
smell.
like that.
No.
Smell
It's
toxic
over
to me.
Somebody
Yeah.
great grandmama house.
One of my roommates, he used to watch TV like late at night, but then he'll go to sleep and the TV be loud. And I sleep. I like it dark, peaceful, and quiet at night. And his TV will be blasting to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yo, just when you feel yourself going to sleep, just turn the TV off and go
Right.
to sleep. And he would just leave it on all night.
Rock, I had another roommate. He was nice. He worked at Captain D's.
Right.
So he used to bring the crunches home from the fish for the other roommate.
Yeah.
Like bring the crackling that be on the fish.
That's the best part.
So you got about 5 boxes of crackling from yesterday. You got crackling from day before yesterday. And you know it'll be hush
Oh
puppy.
my
It'll be
God,
no
I hate
fish.
it. I
It'll
hate
be
it.
no fish. It's just crackling from the
I hate
fish.
it.
All the and then I had a roommate. He sit up there with his greasy fingers and just eat the crackling and watch TV. Fish, greasy ass fish crackling. He eat that all night and then don't wash his hands. And then one morning, I didn't say nothing, but one of my roommate got up. He been working at Captain D's all night. His uniform smelled like fish, his pants smelled like fish and fish grease. It was on the floor. We at Alabama State, Benson Hall, 6th floor. If you think I'm lying, you can ask Vincent Thurman, who lives in Charleston, is probably listening to us right now. I could not stand it. Then he was late for class. He got up. He would put his clothes on for class at night, so he don't have to get up and get dressed in the morning. And he had a little Jerry curl.
Oh.
He got up and grabbed his books and put his shoes on and went straight to class and bypassed all waters. No brush your teeth, no wash your face. And I was like, man, I really I can't do this roommate thing.
That's nasty, man.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm
hard.
not. Don't call us people that got home training germaphobe.
No, that's not what it is.
That's not. Don't make us out to be
Listen.
germaphobe because we put the table
Right.
back up to the chair.
But what do you do when they weren't raised like that? When the kids were not raised like that and they don't know no better?
You
'Cause
gotta
I-
raise your kids to be around
No,
other people, to know
listen.
how to be around other folks.
My wife's children, they had maids and all that stuff growing up so they could have a better life than she had and all that. The son lived with us, with his girlfriend. That room they live in don't belong in our house.
Right.
But we all know people like
Right.
that.
That room they live, I go in that room and I be like, what the? Get the
Right.
Ooh, I
Right.
be so
Do you
mad
make them
and-
clean it up?
I tell them to clean it up, but it ain't the same kind of cleanup.
Right.
It ain't
You got to stay in there with them, and you got to
I'm
hit them.
not doing that.
You got to stay in there with them.
not
You got to
doing
go
that.
in there, make them take all the stuff out. Everything has a place.
I'm not doing that.
Everything has. All right, y'all hit
Ricky,
us
it's
up.
hard. You got to put a hazmat suit on in that kind of situation.
Or what?
A hazmat suit.
Yeah. Now let me say this right
And then
here.
he a
before-
great kid.
Right.
Just wasn't taught to
Right.
clean up.
But when I tell you my grandson's 6 years old,
Oh, I know he
when
know.
when I tell you he keep his little shoes lined up and his dinosaurs lined up and army men lined up and everything nice.
That's because
and-
you his drill sergeant.
and-
Okay.
but no. I don't go upstairs.
You-
You know, I'm older. I'm not going up and down all them damn stairs. I don't bother him. But when I do
Listen,
go up there,
He know.
okay, yeah, his room is always together. He doesn't have little toys, but Storm will come over there and tear the whole house up. But he keep his little stuff
Yep.
together. Let's go to the phones. Good morning.
Ooh.
Worst roommate she was so unclean. I literally seen a rat come out of my
No.
run across our den and
No.
run directly in her room.
See.
Passed by one roommate room and passed by my room and ran directly into hers. She was so nasty.
When I was away in school, we lived in off-campus apartments, and all 3 of my roommates were lesbians. And, okay, I thought I would be okay. Then I found out a few days later when I come home, and it's like 30 females in the house because they're part of a lesbian fraternity. And most of them were, all of them dressed like guys. And everybody kept trying to talk to me, even though they knew I wasn't gay. But I couldn't handle it because every other day they were having a meeting at our house. And I ended up getting a new apartment because I just couldn't handle it. They were having lesbian parties and everything.
It was my first time staying on campus in college, and I had a roommate that she didn't speak any English. We had separate rooms, but we shared a bathroom. And one day I went to use the restroom in the middle of the night, and there was urine all over the toilet seat. And I knocked on her door and waved at her because she didn't speak in English, waved at her and handed her a bottle of Fantastic Spray and told her she needed to clean the toilet. I couldn't understand what was happening. I assumed she didn't want to sit on the toilet seat because I was black or whatever, but needless to say, she moved out 2 weeks later.
Okay.
Boy, when your roommate are cute and he in there smashing the chick while you trying to sleep and you got an 8 o'clock class.
Ooh.
And I'm talking about my dog team was over there giving us the business. Dog team, I'm over there trying to sleep. You got to keep your face in the wall in your bed.
Right.
He in there stirring it like coffee.